Every night fucks every day up. Every day patches then right up. Oh God, you should match it, it's that KO. No one night until I fuck my 28th up. 1998, my family had that acro. The legend. Kept at least 6 discs and the changes. Back on vibes well and pussy headed.
What's up, guys? It's Day. Welcome back to another video. I'm so glad that you tuned in. I wanted to get out some announcements real quick. Thank you so much for helping me surpass 1,000 subscribers, each and every one of you, for vibing with the content that I'm making here. I'm truly grateful, so appreciative for it. It's amazing to see some videos do super well. And if you're new here, my name is Day. I make content that mainly revolves around vintage, maybe some designer, maybe some workwear, but I try to make content just about for anyone. Second announcement is that I was just recently featured on 2 podcasts. I'll leave a link in the description below. There were amazing interviewers. I loved it so much. So if you want to check that out, like I said, link in the description below. So as you already know from the title, we're going to talk about some vintage Levi's 501, 505, and 517s. And I wanted this video to be specifically on body types because we're all built differently. Vintage fits really weird, and I want to eliminate that stress factor for the first part of this video. Is literally just going to answer briefly a couple of questions, and that is, where do I buy Levi's and where are the price range I should buy Levi's? So where do I buy the Levi's? eBay, Depop, Etsy, we never speak of the G, and vintage boutique thrift stores and vintage Instagram shops. I think those are your best bet when coming to your advantage. And that leads us into the second question, which is, how much should I be paying for these? So it depends on how old your Levi's are. For 1990s Levi's, I would say roughly up to $100, unless the fade is insanely crazy and you are in love with it. I wouldn't pay max over $120, and even that's a little bit steep. So if you're kind of like, man, I just want to spend maybe $3 to $50 or $60, I would say shops like Depop or Etsy would be your best bet, just because they're not trying to kind of overshoot the selling experience. They're really just trying to get that product out, trying to sell it, unless it's just a seller that literally curates only around vintage Levi's and stuff like that. I would say don't pay more than $10 to $60 if you're on a kind of a budget. So now that we're done with the first part of the video answering the generalized questions, let's go to the veteran kind of how the heck are these Levi's gonna fit on my body? So before we get into that really quick, I wanted to tell you guys that I picked about 4 people out of the several responses that I got to talk about why their Levi's are what model is their favorite Levi's and what their preferred measurements are, preferred style is, and their actual waist measurements, to better help you guys kind of gauge, because we're all different body types. Nothing is going to fit the same way it may fit on another person, but if someone is around your same measurements and dimensions, you might have a better chance if you don't really want to go through the whole measurement ordeals and stuff like that. So now that I kind of got that out of the way, I asked one of my content creator friends on the platform, Kenneth, what his favorite Levi is, what his favorite Levi model is, his measurements, his proportions, and I'm going to hand it off to him right now.
Right, you know what it is, it's Kenneth. I'm here to give my opinion on what's the best fitting pair of Levi's or pair of denim out there, in my opinion. And that would have to be the Levi's 501s, right? That's classic. Everybody knows what they are. Everybody has a pair. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Your dad's been wearing a pair since you were a little sperm cell, you feel me? The reason why 501s personally on me fit the best, right, is because I'm 5'7", 160 pounds, and I have a very muscular build, right? I work out 5-6 days a week, you know what I'm saying? I'll be in the gym, I'm hitting them weights, right? Just trying to cope with the pain.
What did he say?
But with Levi 501, since they have a looser fitting pair, since they're looser fitting and they're more wide fitting, right? They balance out my big wide shoulders, and so they make me look very proportionate, which in my opinion is the most important thing. On most of my pairs, right, lengthwise, which seems to be very important to a lot of people, and especially me, right? The length I get on 501s is like 27.5 to like 28 inches.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Nah, did this man just say 27.5-inch inseam? This man's short as fuck. He gotta take every pair to the tailor. Oh God, this man is suffering, bro.
You're a victim.
Man, suffering with poor genetics. On God, bro. He got compressed legs out here. I hate saying that because it makes me look like I'm really short, like I'm 5'3" and 5'4". Like, no, I'm not. It's just like I promise I'm 5'7". I don't know. I just went to the tailor one day. She cut the length perfectly to where my shoes sat. I measured it one day and I was like, oh shit, 27.5-inch inseam. Oh my God, what is this length? I am short. But yeah, that's my opinion on what's the best fitting Levi's, or the best model of Levi's, in my opinion, for my body shape and my size.
Alright, so you've seen Ken and his dimensions. I'll leave a link to his channel below. And we'll move into the portion of the community responses before I get into myself, my measurements, what I prefer. And so we're going to start off with a few of the submissions right now. So I wanted to include another way that helped me originally, and that was from a video from Avery Ginsburg comparing his 505s to the 501s. This definitely pointed me in the right direction of how 505s and 501s fit. And I'll get into 517s in just a minute, but I hope this video kind of helps you visually understand how they could fit on someone that's around Avery's dimensions. They still go true to me as well, even though I'm like a 33 waist, 32 to 33 waist. But you can see here that like the silhouettes are night and day in terms of the thigh and the waist section, and then for 505s they kind of taper down the leg. As far as 501s, they kind of are a straight leg fit. So I'm gonna link this video as well in the description below, as just another tool and resource for you guys to figure out the differences between 501s and 505s. For 517 models, it's a traditional bootcut jean. I believe that the waist and thigh are similarly compared to a 501 rather than a 505, which means they kind of hug you, it's straight fit, but then towards the knee they taper out because they're, again, a traditional bootcut jean to kind of flare over your shoes. So I think also this model, I most commonly see it on those that are a little taller than I am. I'm 5'7" for reference. So in that regard, I feel like they might complement someone that has like a leaner body type, or someone that wants to kind of show off their curves and stuff like that. So that's 517 model. Now that you guys have seen that, I'm going to talk about my personal dimensions. So my waist size fluctuates all year round, basically. I usually hover in between like a 32 all the way to a 33 as my true measurements, right? So I usually, if I want to get like a baggier pant, I go up 2 waist sizes, because as you already know, vintage usually, especially vintage pants, fit 2 sizes smaller than what the tag size says. That's why measurements are crucial, because sometimes that's even a lie. Sometimes Levi's can shrink 4 sizes. I've seen like a 36x31 fit my friend that's like a waist 31. So I hope that this helped in some way. I hope these community submissions and a few words from Ken helped you kind of evaluate how to approach vintage Levi's. I have some other amazing content creator friends on the platform dropping their Levi's video, Lucas Cash and Christian Scribet. I hope I'm saying your last name right. But they're also going to be making a guide to vintage Levi's, and I cannot wait for you guys to see that. I support them. I love them so much. So it would be a great ordeal if you go subscribe to all 3 people that were in this video or talked about in this video. And I'll also leave links to those Instagram submissions that I got from the community. I'll leave their profiles below in case you guys want to ask kind of some more questions. So yeah, I'll leave their links down below in the description. I hope that helps a lot. Thank you guys so much again for 1,000 subscribers, hanging 10 with me. If you want to see something on the channel, let me know. I'm really open to any ideas, anything that you guys want to see, I'll make it. So without further ado, my name is Dave. Have a good day. Peace out.